G'day guys, Smith City here for Smith City Product Reviews. This is a product service review for Rebel Nutrition's OCA, which is Online Course Academy. I'll just tell you a little bit of a rundown before I go through what her services are. And so I don't know how she popped up on my Instagram, but she did. I don't know, there must have been a reel or something that popped up, and I just gave her a follow because whatever content that grabbed my attention was like, I probably will follow this person. So I followed her, and this was like a little while. This is ages ago, before I'd even thought about creating an online course for my business. And so I saw her content. I didn't really engage with it. Like, I was just trying to do my own thing with getting my business off the ground, with being a personal trainer and working 3 days a week as a labourer, and really trying to retain clients and get new clients and all that. And obviously there's processes within that, messaging people of an evening, maybe fielding questions from people that are asking for guidance and stuff. And there was a situation where she created another piece of content, and it had something to do with the word Paris in it. I can't remember exactly what piece of content it was. And I was driving home that night from labouring, and I was getting onto St George's Road off Bell Street in Melbourne. And as I turned the corner, a car obviously that had just turned on the same road as me had a personalised number plate, and funnily enough, it had the word Paris. I think it was like Paris Girl, GRL, or something in it. And sometimes I believe in coincidences or fate and that sort of stuff. And instantly I reached out to her, and I had been sort of on the surface looking at her stuff and going, okay, what's this all about? And so I'll talk a little bit about what she does. So she's got a few different services, but I'll talk about the one that I purchased. So obviously I'm a personal trainer in Melbourne. I'm trying to do the best I can to get my business off the ground with lockdowns. Most of the stuff I've had to do when we've been in lockdowns is online. And so I've felt like I needed to push that direction of my business to online, and to broaden my ability to help people, not just in a small suburb, but in a broader sense. And so she has created a course through Teachable.com called OCA, which is Online Course Academy, and I'm looking at it right now. I'm 22% complete. Obviously, I got to a module where I then started to do stuff with it. So I haven't really gone back into looking at all the modules that she's doing. I just got stuck into doing what I wanted to do with my course, and I'm about to launch it. So hence why I'm doing this video. So I'll talk a bit about her course, and then I'll talk a bit about my course and what I'm hoping to achieve with it. So Teachable is like a website where you can create a course, and you've got modules with videos or images or whatever that's going to help that particular, like your particular target audience or your niche. And so in module 1, I'll just read off a couple of different things that I think were really helpful. So types of courses, which one is right for you, and she has a video on that which goes for 15 minutes. Course revenue planning, manifesting your revenue goal of what you're hoping to achieve on launching your program, and then also prep for course creation. And then as I continued on from those modules, you need a niche. So she talks about how to push your mind in a direction of who is your target audience. Okay, and then choosing an online course topic. For me, it's a health and wellbeing program that helps people unpack trauma, a step-by-step guide to unpack trauma that impacts both weight and health and wellbeing. So then you create your unicorn, which that is my unicorn. And then a video about will it be profitable, then naming your course, staying organized during your course creation, and determining your course timeline. Now, that's been the hardest part for me because I've been trying to run my business, labouring 3 times a week, and life circumstances taking place where I've probably fallen outside of a timeline, which has created a bit of stress. But I've had to remove some of that. I've had to do my own work that I'm putting together for my course. I've had to do some internal work with some professionals and that sort of stuff to not really be so attached to a timeline. And obviously here we are with me ready to launch my program. So then there is, which is the last one I looked at, what is your teaching type? So it goes into all the different types of teaching types. At heart, I'm an introvert, but obviously with my beer reviews and my business, I probably ooze out like I'm an extrovert, but I actually am more of an introvert than an extrovert. And so even though I do videos and stuff, I struggle to do them, but I feel like that's my teaching type. I feel like creating videos and then having people watch those videos and getting engagement from them, and then commenting and helping and giving guidance with anything that comes back from those videos or the worksheets that I've created is sort of my style of teaching. So then some other things that I haven't got to yet: list building, visual branding of your course, which I had already had sort of visual branding. I've had to adapt it a little bit because I feel like some of my logo colors with my SmithFit PT course are too sort of like in your face, and so I've dialed back some of the color schemes to sort of match a little bit more of a calmer vibe. And so to be honest, like some of these modules is stuff that I've done after the fact, and I haven't even looked at them. But it is absolutely an amazing experience. She is an absolute amazing person. Her private Facebook group that you get access to once you purchase her course is exactly how like I'm going to be running mine. But she's created a community where like people have got the same end goal of creating a course to help their particular unicorn or their niche. And everyone sort of is communicating with each other and helping each other out. And like, you know, if any questions come up or whatever, like people are, there's like a community there. And I feel like if someone can build a community around what they're doing, and it's a really good vibe within that, then that's half the battle done. That's half the battle done. So, obviously, I think I paid. I can't remember exactly what I paid, and I'll probably put this in the description once I finish, and put any clickable links to her online course. If you are thinking about doing an online course, this is the course that you need to buy. 100%. You know, if you've got ideas and you've got passions and you can turn that into something profitable where you're not struggling financially and you can wake up every morning with a passion that you love doing, then this is a course that you need to do. Like, it's not a question of like maybe, it's a question of when am I going to do this, and I'm going to do this. Without me jumping on board, I probably get this job role that I've got now with my with my plumbing stuff, and I'd probably end up staying in that for the entirety of the rest of my life, being unhappy, not waking up with a passion and that sort of stuff. And so just being able to find this at the right time, and a couple of things that took place that sort of made me go, this is the right option for me. And so I'll talk a little bit about my course, because I also think that that's quite important. So obviously I'm going to be launching this coming Monday. I'm going to get this video up today before any other videos that I've got with any of my reviews or anything like that. I'm just going to get this up straight away. And my course, I'll just run through. Hold up a second. I'm just playing around with my MacBook at the moment, and it's just loading something. So I'm just clicking on my course at the moment. Just hold on a second. And I'll click on the curriculum because that's what I wanted. So I've got a thing a little bit about myself where I discuss about my abuse, some stuff that's happened to me, my weight loss journey, my weight gain journey, and everything in between. All right, and then my first topic that has actually got a free clickable link that I'll have on my SmithFit PT Instagram with a free worksheet is food anxiety. And I suppose I'll click on that now, and I'll click on the food anxiety. So I've got a video there, but I've got a worksheet that you can work through. So the first question is, think of foods you associate with being bad. Okay, and then I've got the next question is, explain as to why you think they are bad. And then, what feelings and emotions do these foods trigger in you before, during, and after you've eaten them? And then, does eating these foods give you a sense of control when you feel out of control? And then the last question is, what other things could you do instead to feel in control? And then at the bottom, I've got, I'm proud of you, because anyone that does my course, starting to work on yourself and starting to do things for yourself and really putting yourself first to work on things that really impact you in a negative way is something to be extremely proud of. Like sometimes, like it's considered, or it can be considered by others, that you're weak for seeking help and getting help, but it's not. It is 100% not. Like, people need to speak up more, and people need to try to find the help that's going to help them. And so that's the food anxiety worksheet. And then, so I've got a video there. I've got a video on pretty much all my content. And so I've got a calorie deficit and goal body weight equation. I've got the three types of trauma, and I've got a worksheet on that of helping people to unpack some of their trauma, whether it be neglect, physical abuse, sexual abuse, domestic violence, triggers around like accidents, those sorts of things, and really delving into that space. And I should have prefaced this with that I used to be a youth worker, a drug and alcohol worker. I've been coaching junior basketball in the community since I was 12, when I was coaching under 8s, all the way up to now when I'm coaching under 19s and under 23s. And so I've always been in the space of helping people and working with people. And like that's me. And people have said to me before that I'm basically an unpaid counsellor in people's pockets. So then we've got fears and what they look like, and how to overcome them. We've got the habit loop, the motivation loop. One of my favourite topics, tarring an experience or person with the same brush. So I feel like that happens a lot with people, especially with trauma. Sometimes our trauma can lead us into our intuition thinking that something's going on when it's actually not, based on triggers and emotions and maybe flashbacks, whether it be audio, visual, or memories, on that sort of stuff. So then we've got a topic on discipline, and what that actually means, because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that have a very skewed negative attachment to that word. And that word discipline can be attached to all kinds of things that are very negative, of like punishment and putting yourself down and trash talking yourself in your own head and all those sorts of things. And then I have a basic look at menopause and why that can impact weight. Just basic stuff. Obviously, people do need to still go seek out medical professionals to do with their health stuff. And there's stuff in here where I might delve into a little bit going outside of my scope, but I also don't piss in people's pockets that some of these topics aren't designed to say, I can help you with this particular topic. It might be a case of some of these are like, this is a starting point and it gives you a foundation, and maybe when you go seek a professional about this stuff, that you don't sabotage it, that you don't end up ruining it, or at least give you the confidence to be able to actually go out and seek out the help that you actually need. One of my favourite topics as well, why alcohol does and doesn't matter when losing weight. Obviously, I'm a personal trainer. Obviously, I review beers on YouTube once or twice a week. And like, if my goal was to lose weight, I most definitely could do that in a balanced way. And then lastly, I've got why plateaus don't exist when losing weight. And so that's an interesting one. Then I've got one that I haven't created yet, but I'm going to create it once people buy it. Is a meditation, relaxing meditation video. I've got the write-up for it. I've started creating the audio for it, and it'll be up and running once people purchase this course. And so this course, I will have a link in the description as well. It's not ready yet, but I'm working on it as we speak, and I've been working on it for the last 3 nights, and I've been working on it for like the last 4 to 5 months. So it's $800. It might seem like a lot, and it might be a lot for some. There is a payment plan option as well. So I think it's like $88 and $88.3 recurring for the 12 months, and you have lifetime access to my course, to my guidance, and some of these, if not most of these topics, are interchangeable with stuff that's going on for you, particularly in any given moment. And so whilst we might work on some fears that are currently presenting with what you've either gone through or something that's currently within your situation, that worksheet is adaptable to the individual at a later date. And I know that I will also get people outside of my niche, and so people shouldn't feel scared to actually try this course if it's just to unpack trauma and it's got nothing to do with weight loss. I really want to sort of reiterate that, is that whilst I've got a niche that I'm trying to hit to get people in to help that particular niche, because that's something I've struggled with, and sort of I am my own unicorn. Like, I'm trying to help people that have been like me, and I know there are plenty of people out there that have been like me, or that still are like I have been, with struggling with their trauma. And so that's a little bit about Amie's OCA course, Online Course Academy. That's a little bit about my online program. Obviously, like I said, I'll put it in the clickable link. If you've got any comments, whether it to be about Amie's stuff or my stuff, feel free to dump them in the comments. Feel free to subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and just an absolute amazing experience. There's been push and pull of me, like, am I actually even going to be able to get this course up and running? You start to run all those fears and anxieties and habits and motivation stuff that I'm creating. That's stuff that has also been affecting me, being able to get this out in a timely fashion. But we're all human, and we all go through a lot, more so than others. But also, the last thing I want to say is, just because I've been sexually abused for a very long time, when I was growing up, I don't want anyone to feel like, oh, I won't purchase that course because me being bullied 3 times by 3 different people for 4 years when I was in primary school isn't as impactful as my abuse. Because I want you to understand this right now, okay? I really want you to sort of take this on board and let this sit with you, is that if something was so traumatic for you, and let's just say it's 20 years down the track and it impacts you every single day, then that is, whilst completely 2 separate scenarios, if that trauma is impacting you, your day-to-day life, it is just as impactful as my sexual abuse. It just is. And everyone deserves to actually get some help with what they're going through. And, you know, you have to you have to go through a process, and sometimes you can go through some more pain before you actually get some ease and calmness around your situation. But I've done this because I've been sick and tired of letting my story be a sad and silent one, and like me victimizing myself, and me not being able to get the closure I want, and that because of other factors. And so me being able to do this is my closure. Me being able to help people is my closure, and my story can be a loud and proud one that's going to help many people. And so this has gone on for 20 minutes. I'm not an editing kind of a guy. And so, if you made it this far, I really, really appreciate you guys. And hopefully anyone watches this in the future and you jump in the course, I will absolutely love working with you. So I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks, Amie, and thanks everyone for watching. And my course is Let's Find Your Way. I completely forgot to say that. Anyway, I'll leave you guys be and take care.